and y'all feeling each other like that, that shouldn't be a problem because that means that you can, if they trash, that means you can make them to what you want them to be personally. You know what I'm saying? Like, they do the things you like personally. You can teach them that, especially if you're trash, and then they'll be good at the things you like. So it's like, yeah.
I feel like
yeah, I'm from the Bronx, not Benny. It's 150. I be feeling like I'm drowning with you. If you tryna ride the wave, you should be afraid that you don't drown in it. From the Bronx, 500K, that's just on
New Kings Entertainment.
Is the mic on? The mic's on. It's your boy Marcus, aka Young Champagne. Who we got to the right?
your boy Chuck Suggs, aka Mr. New 10 Records.
And what we got for y'all today is Man Mondays. So basically, we just go over topics that men like to discuss. It's what men like to discuss, but we also giving y'all women a little bit of game, especially today. What topic we got for them today?
Whew.
For Manly Mondays.
We talk about sex, baby. Yes, sir.
Is it just you and me?
All right. So we got five questions or 5 topics that we're gonna ask and we're gonna talk about, and we're looking forward to getting your feedback. We'd love to hear what you think. Love to kind of argue with you, and maybe, who knows, maybe we can have a part 2 where you're on the show. So. Mm-hmm. All right. So our first topic is it important? Is it important in a relationship? What you think?
Is it important? The answer is 100% yes.
Okay.
I think it's I don't know, it's very important. It makes you feel like, like they're attracted to you. You know what I'm saying? It makes you feel more manly. You know what I'm saying? You get to let out some of that testosterone you've been building up all week. Work been bad all week, and then you know what I'm saying. Then I know what I'm saying. I don't want to get into detail, but just the gist.
Okay. I mean, my opinion is honestly the total opposite. You know what I'm saying? Which makes this show great, right? I feel like to say that it is important would negate the real important things in a relationship. I mean, I feel like at a certain point it becomes necessary. You know what I'm saying? But to say that it's important, I feel like, what if you didn't have no legs? You know what I'm saying? Or what if you couldn't have sex? Does that mean that you could never get in a relationship? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I feel like the word important is too strong, but I would say necessary.
I feel like necessary is more important than more important. It's almost a necessity.
Man.
It's also a necessity.
So maybe not the word necessary. I would say it is a factor. It is a factor in a relationship.
Of a longevity relationship.
Absolutely.
Okay. What's next? What we got next?
Next question. How long should you wait? Fire!
Want to go first this one?
Yeah, I'll go first.
All right.
I feel like for me, man, it depends on where you're going in that situation, in that situationship. I feel like if you want somebody to stick around for the long run, then wait it out. I feel like at the time, when you get to the point to where you met each other's family, you know what I'm saying, you met each other's friends, you guys know each other, and you guys have built a bond to where sex isn't a factor in the relationship. I feel like that would be the right time to do that. The Christian side of me wants to say wait till you're married, but I don't think that
it's 2020.
That's realistic. You know what I'm saying? And this is just man talk. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like when you at a point where you feel like that's the one, at that time.
Are we speaking from a man's perspective, or are we speaking from a woman's perspective, or just relationship in general?
I'm just saying in general. This is how a man should think, and I feel like a woman should appreciate a man that thinks like that.
All right.
But I feel like the right time is pretty much when you feel it. You shouldn't have to put a timetable on it. If it takes 2 months, power to you. If it takes a year, if you can do that, then power to you. Back in the day, people waited. So I mean, that's my thought on it. What about you?
I don't put a timetable on it. There's no timetable. If it's the first night and we vibing or whatever, and that's what happens, that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? And we go on from there. If we go on a second day and I feel you more and more, third day, blah, 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 and then we build a deeper connection and keep going, and it comes up more, and one day I make it my wife. But I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Man, look at it a little. Maybe I may second guess you a little bit if it's the first night, but like, if you give me that energy, then, you know what I'm saying? Like, the energy I want to see, then it could be a long-term relationship. You know what I'm saying? But if I feel like just go with the vibes. You feeling it? Y'all feeling each other? You know what I'm saying? Why not?
I mean, that's a good segue to our third question. What if it happens on the first night? You know what I'm saying? You meet a girl, no matter how you meet, whether it's online, you know what I'm saying, through a friend, in a bar. What happens if on the first night you hit it off and you guys end up having sex? Does that, how does that affect, the relationship?
For me, it's just like, I'm just gonna keep it real. Like, I'm gonna look at you different for a minute, but like, if you were cool enough and I vibe with you enough, then I'm gonna be like, all right, let's go on a second date. Let's see, like, you know what I'm saying? Let's keep going, see what happens. As long as I got the right vibe. But if like you came over and then you was on some weird stuff, you was talking about all these drugs you did and stuff like that, or on some some completely weird stuff, completely left field, and I'm just like, you gotta go. Like, I mean, that's all it was at that point. But if like it was vibing and we was cool, I keep seeing where it going. I don't think, because I don't put a timetable on it. So it's like, if it happens, it happens.
I mean, for me, I feel like I wouldn't do it on the first date. I feel like that's not ladylike. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like that women should have more respect for themselves, and men as well. You know what I'm saying? Men should have more respect for themselves, to where they wouldn't even want to put themselves in that situation to be blinded by sex. You know what I'm saying? And this is if you are looking to get into a healthy relationship. Is the topic?
Yeah.
Not, you know what I'm saying? If you doing one night stands, then do you. But I feel like if you are looking for a serious relationship to have sex on the first night, I feel like you've put everything else on the back burner. Like, you don't even know their favorite color yet. What makes them upset? Stuff like that. And I just feel like before you get the reward of sex, you probably should put the work in to get to know that person.
Yeah.
So I would definitely judge, if I was to do it, I definitely would judge myself as well as the person that it happened with.
I feel like it just make it, it won't be as easier for somebody to make you wait. That's why as a man, when you wait for something, as a man, me personally, I love to chase. So I'm saying, so as long as you keep me interested, you're not boring, we still go on dates, and you making me chase, and like each date is on a different like next step type thing. First time hug, second day we kissed, and third day, you know what I'm saying, different bases. Like, if you make me chase all the way around all the bases, then hit home run, then either it's gonna make it worth the wait and that much better, or two, you're gonna be really disappointed. It's just like one or the other. But the one where you're like, oh damn, it was really worth the wait, and I liked her. We built a really cool vibe, kept on all these dates, and now you know her well. So I mean, that makes it easier for a man to want to be like, yeah, I'm gonna cuff you up because you made me chase you.
Okay.
It makes it more satisfying too. The sex more satisfying after the chase.
All right. Next question is it's a funny one. What if when you guys had sex, like, you're really feeling this person, the emotions is high, you know what I'm saying? You guys are going on dates, showing each other off to friends and family, and when you have sex, it's trash. How do you know what I'm saying? What happens next? That great night happens, and it's like, whoa, okay.
My thing is, I think it's cool because I think I'd be straight with it, because I feel like it's almost like training a dog or breaking a horse. You know what I'm saying? I feel like sex is something that can be taught to somebody. I don't feel like, if you just trash, it's because you don't got that. I feel you don't got that much experience. Like, it's just, that's why you still got the experience. So if you was really cool and y'all showing each other off and y'all was feeling each other like that, that shouldn't be a problem, because that means that you can, if they trash, that means you can make them to what you want them to be personally. You know what I'm saying? Like, they do the things you like personally. You can teach them that, especially if you're trash, and then they'll be good at the things you like. So it's like, yeah.
I feel like the reason why, I'm not gonna even go there. I just feel like if all the other factors in the relationship is good, the factors that matter in the long run, when you have sex, the actual scene, the actual time that you do it, I feel like despite what's going on in there, if all the other aspects of your relationship is strong, that part should take care of itself. And maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, because at some point when y'all get older, you can't have sex.
And that was what I was gonna say next. At some point in time, anatomy happens. Sorry, that's not even the right word, but you get older. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I try to sound smart. But life happens, and sex isn't what it used to be, or it's not as exciting as it used to be, or new. Can you still cohabitate together? Can you guys still be in a relationship? What else is more important? What's their favorite color? What makes them tick? Stuff like that, man. Like, after the sex goes away, can you still stay? Huh? Major key.
Bars.
But I feel like to wrap that one up, I think that if everything else in a relationship is going well, then the sex should really take care of itself. It should be something that's extra, because in the long run, I just want to be successful. So
I just want to be successful.
Oh,
we got another one.
And the last question, does their past body count determine how you treat them?
Woo! This one hit more close to home. Okay.
Fire!
I'll light it up for him. Yes and no. Why I say yes? Why I say yes and no is because yes, if I had to find out personally, like if I snooped through something and I found out you had sex with more people than what like you told me, I'd rather you just tell me in the beginning like the truth, and then I want to be able to. I want to, you know what I'm saying? It's different. Like just finding stuff out and have someone tell you the truth about it. It makes you feel a different type of way about the body count. That may sound really confusing, but in my head it makes sense. But like, I don't know. It's like a girl, y'all was talking or whatever. I only had sex with 2 people, and then come to find out y'all been dating a couple years, and like you using her laptop for something, and you happen to search something up in the spotlight on fucking your Mac, and it pops up, you searching up sex for some reason on there, and it pops up that she sent 12 other guys something about sex, and you happen to click one, and she had sex with this one. Next thing you know, you start clicking all of them, you go through all of them, and she had sex with 15 people, and she told you too. So at that point, it's a whole breakdown relationship, and you start thinking stuff like, whoa, like, my girl's a hoe, all that, but if you would have known that she had sex with those 12 people before, then you have to accept her for that or not, instead of finding out about it. So...
which is why I don't even ask. I need
to get to that point in my life, but it's hard.
I don't care. I feel like in order for you to open a new chapter, you got to close the other chapters. So once I become that new chapter, the old chapters don't even matter. Because then you got to deal with the insecurities. You know what I'm saying? You got to deal with all this other stuff. I mean, I guess the only time I would ever want to know is if that person was out in public and you guys had some weird energy. I think that would be an appropriate time to say, well, you know what I'm saying, back in the day, we had a thing going on.
Or somebody you know personally.
Yeah, or somebody I know personally. Yeah. I think I would want to know that as well. But the topic of who and how many doesn't even cross my brain because again, I want to know more about you. You know what I'm saying? So that I want to know the stuff that I tell my parents or I tell my friends. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to know the stuff I'm not gonna be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Hey, mom and dad, you know, this is my girlfriend. She's got a 2 body count, right? So that's good. You know what I'm saying? That's just weird to me. So, I don't even talk about it.
Unless you find out, and then you're like, oh, really? So if you find out, let's say you think all right. So let's say you find out your girl had 50 bodies, and you've been with her for 2 years. Do you look at her different?
How am I finding this out?
You seen a text between her and her friend. Let's talk about it. Like somehow, so it's like, girl, I just had sex with somebody new. She had sent that to her or whatever, and then you seen.
And I was
50. Girl, I got 50. I got 50 of them things. Then how you feel?
In order to open a new chapter, you gotta close the old one. And
you keep pushing.
Like, I mean, excuse me, you do because I guess it depends on the part of the relationship where you're at. You know what I'm saying? If you got some good feelings for her and things is going well, and all the traits that you look for in a girl she has, I feel like you give her the benefit of the doubt and you let that go because now she's in a relationship with you. But then again, you know,
who are those 50? That's a whole new fucking Pandora book.
yes, and this is why we have discussions like this because not everybody has the right answers.
Yeah.
Not everybody does everything the right way. But this is just Man Talk Monday. Stuff that we've heard, stuff that we're gonna talk about, whether we heard it in a story or we experienced it our own self, or it's something we've seen on social media. These are the kind of topics that we're gonna bring up, and so we would love to hear you guys' feedback on how you feel about it. Got anything else?
Like, comment, share.
Like, comment, share. Yiddy!